All right, how you guys doing? My name is Jean-Baptiste. Once again, thank you guys for coming on. One thing I really wanted to elaborate and inform is the importance of having support and resistance line, not just on a 15 and hourly, but on a weekly, daily, and 4 hours. All right, so this is the chart. I only trade GBP pairs, also known as Great Britain pounds. This is the chart that I was working with a colleague of mine. His name is Kenyatta as well. We put this together, and we felt that we did some back testing on top of it, and we felt that this was really effective, not only just the market makers method, but for any method or strategy that you guys may have in the near future. I know it's kind of colorful and stuff like that, but I'm actually gonna break it down to you every step of the way. Um, but before I continue, I would love for one of the participants. We have 8 people on a call on a conference call right now. I would love for one of the participants to put in the chat to recommend me a pair that we could look at, that we could go over, and that we could I guess mark up the charts and whatnot. Anybody. If you can put it in the chat, UJ. All right, is UJ the only one? GJ. I just did GJ. This is DJ. Anyone else? I would love some participant. Maikai, the one that just got okay. GJ, UG, EU. Okay. All right. So I have 4 to choose from: UJ, GU, UG, and EU. All right. So I just need one person or 2 individuals to I guess to validate UJ, GU, UG, or EU. Any one of them. The next comment, that's the one I do. All right, UJ. Okay. All right, thank you. All right, so let me just take this off for now. All right, so what you would want to do is I'm just gonna erase everything on UJ because nothing is important right now. Okay. So what you would want to do is you would want to have a naked chart. Completely naked. If you have your EMAs, you can have your EMAs. For some reason, 2 of my EMAs are not showing up. Let me just add them real quick because it's very important. Okay, I just added 2, and then just fix them real quick, and you can start. Okay. All
Hey,
right.
when you move that little toggle bar, what does it mean for the EMA? It just makes it bigger.
Wait, say that one more time.
Like you move the toggle bar on the EMA. What does that do? Make it bigger, more visible?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it makes it more visible.
Okay, thank you.
All right, no problem. The EMAs is the reason why I want to put the EMAs because the EMAs are known for support and resistance, as well as take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. The blue one, the light blue one, is known as the blueberry muffin, which is a 50 EMA. Is also known for take profit 1. Usually, the mayo is also, like, if you just zoom in right here, it's known as for support. The pinch to the mayo is known as for support, but also known for take profit 2 as well. And the deep blue ocean, which is the dark blue, is known for take profit 3 at times. All right. So what you would want to do for UJ is you would want to go to the weekly. The reason why we don't go to the monthly is because it's too compact. I do believe that the weekly is perfectly fine. And there's a lot of information within. What are we going over? All right, right now we're just going over um, a way to help mark up the charts that aligns with the market maker method, Diego. So right now we're looking at the currency pair of UJ, and what we're gonna do with UJ is we're gonna actually mark it up to the point where it's gonna give you more confidence in entering a trade and exiting a trade. So you have minimum drawdowns and you have maximum profits. All right. And with the TDI as well too, I'm gonna try to explain as much as I can before I have to leave. All right. So once you're at UJ, you're at the 1 week. All right. Once you're at the 1 week, you go to the upper left, right beneath the cursor, and you look for a horizontal line. All right. So what you would want to do is you would want to place the weekly support or resistance line on where you can find the most wicks. So the candlesticks that have the most wicks, that could touch the most wicks, that's where you would want to put the weekly line. All right. So as you can see, it says a 4 hour because I was doing another chart, but I'm just going to change it to weekly. All right. All right. So all you got to do is just copy and paste. I'm just going to speed this up so I can maximize your time as much as I can. And another place I see that there's a lot of wicks, I would say right here. All right. As you can see, the Mayo, which is the 200 EMA, it touches the week. So that gives me more confirmation as well. All right. Another one would be right here. It doesn't have to be accurate. As long as you get the wicks, that's all that matters. All right. So when you zoom in on the weekly, you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a lot of wicks that touches the weekly line. All right. So you would want to maximize this as much as you can. I see a few wicks over here. All right. Give me a second. I see a few wicks as well too. And you would always want to put one on top. Okay. All right. So even though it's 2015 and 2016, the reason for that is just in case for the new year, 2018, that UJ is on the uprise. We have confirmation that that the reason why it's on the uprise, we have confirmation that in the past it hit that level of support and resistance, or I guess you could say it like the zone. It hit that level of zone. All right. So that's the reason why you would always want to put it no matter what. All right. So we're just gonna zoom in a little bit more to get a little bit more confirmations. All right. I apologize. Okay, there we go. All right. And yeah, that's good. That's good for now. All right. I'm gonna explain to you guys why it works well with the market makers method. I've been back testing it and it's been working phenomenal. All right. So after you do the weekly lines, you would want to go on the daily. Okay. So now once you go on the daily, just like the weekly, you're gonna find the candlesticks that have the most wicks, and you will place your line. All right, so I'm just gonna change this a little bit to daily. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna copy and paste. This one has a lot of wicks, so I'm just gonna put them right there. Copy paste again. All right, this has a lot of wicks. Okay, copy and paste one more time. I would say right here as well too. Okay, just give me a few more seconds. I just want to make sure that I'm able to pick up all the wicks. For this, there's no amount of lines, support lines you can have weekly, daily. We're just going to the 4 hours, so we're not going to the 1 hour to 15. because fast move happens within the 15 and a 1 hour. We just want to make sure that we maximize the profits that we're able to make within the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hours. All right, so that's the reason why I put a lot of support and resistance with the weekly, daily, and support. And I'm going to show you on a GBP pair because it just makes a lot more sense. Well, I can show you in the UJ as well too afterwards. All right, on the left side, on the railroad, there's 2 wicks right here. There's 2 wicks right here. Well, 1 wick. There's 1, 2, 3 wicks hitting the pin, and there's another pin, which is also known as the wick. All right. I believe I got everything. Oh, I see another place where it has a lot of wicks, and I was see it's right there. Okay. All right. So once you have the weekly line and the daily line, as you know, you would want to minimize it to the 4 hours. All right, and that's when we get down to the nitty gritty. Once again, you just find. Let me just change it real quick. All right. Oh, by the way, to change the text on the support and resistance, just simply if you have HP, just press click right. But if you have a Mac, just press Control and right click and go to Format and just put just change it within the box. 4 hours, daily, monthly, whatever you want to do. 4 hour line. Okay. Oh, and if you want to just place it bold, you could, and just keep it in the center. So if you were to zoom in, as you can see, it's always going to be in the center, no matter what. So if you was to zoom out, it's always going to be in the center. All right, I find that very effective for me. Just in case I want to look at something in particular, I know where my supports and my resistance lines are. Okay. Let's see. I believe there's a few more. There's a big wick right here. There's another wick. There's 2 wicks. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna zoom in real quick. Okay. Just in case for 2018, the US dollar is not as strong as we would expect, and just in case it would go down to 111, I just want to put a 4 hour right there as well too, just in case. All right. I believe that we got everything. I don't really like UJ because it's not really it's not as volatile as GBP pairs, but we're good. All right, there's 4 wicks right here. There's 5 wicks. All right, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so we did the 4 hours. All right, so that's pretty much it for the daily, weekly, and the 4 hours. So what really helped for me is to put the sessions in place inside the chats. All right, I'm just gonna mute everyone. Okay. All right. So once again, what's been effective for me is actually putting the session indicators, the time session, the Asian session, the London session, so you know exactly where you are in the market. All right. So one thing that I've learned is that usually the London session, if it's on an uprise, the New York session is going to be on a reversal, and vice versa. So if the London session is on a downtrend, the New York session is going to be on the uptrend, on the uprise. All right. So I actually found this indicator. I simply click session, and what you would want to look for is the one Chris Moody, the one with 1,748 likes. All right, code for all Forex session with background highlights. All right, I'm not going to click on it because I already have one in place and it was hidden, so I'm just going to click on it. Okay. Once again, you guys don't have to do this, but it's been very effective for me. And it's just giving me more confirmation of where I am in the market.
Been very effective for me too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Very effective.
Very effective.
All right.
Uh,
So the reason why you would want to put the sessions, Asian session, the London session, and the New York session is simply because you would want to see where you are in the market. All right. The gap between the red and the yellow, which is the New York session and the Asian session, that's pretty much the dead gap, right? Nothing really happens. All right. It's in consolidation for like 25 to 50 pips, so nothing really happens. All right. So let me just check the chat. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So once you have the sessions in place, you have the 4 hour, you have the daily, and you have the weekly in place. You could simply check and make sure where you are in the market. For example, right? I would love to use my pair. So I completed the placing the indicators and placing the sessions on UJ. So I'm just gonna go on a GBP pair real quick. Um, okay. All right. All right. This is my pair. Okay. So one thing I was looking at earlier today was when I was zooming in into the 15 minutes. I realized that I realized that it was in consolidation for a pretty long time. And the reason why I realized that because it was trying to respect the weekly line. But even though it didn't respect the weekly line, it definitely respected the 4 hour line. And as you know, on the GBP pairs, 4 hours is about 100 pips or 50 pips. It minimized the minimized pips that you could get within 4 hours on the GBP pair. I would say on average is about 50 pips. All right. So one thing I realized that it was respecting the 4 hour line, and this also created the low of the week, which is the peak formation. All right. So the way it works with the TDI is one thing I saw was the fin, even though it's a small fin was popping out, and it created divergence because even though a fin was popping out, it created a well balanced W. But even though it created a well balanced W, there was divergence. All right. I think this is called exaggerated divergence, I believe. All right. And it also well that's the only divergence that I saw. So my thing is like I would put an enter, I would put a buy, and I would my take profit would have been at least at the weekly, at the Mayo, or at the blue muffin. So the reason why I wanted to put the hourly, the daily, and the weekly in place, so you know where your support and your resistance line is on a whole larger scale. All right. So you don't want to put support and resistance. Well, it's up to you if you whether you want to put support and resistance on a 1 hour, but on the 4 hours and the weekly, it definitely shows you where you are in the market. All right. Another pair I was looking at earlier today was GCAD. UCAD, something happened at 10:57 for all CAD Canadian dollar pairs, where there was like a little spike. I don't know if anyone caught that earlier today. 10:57. Yeah, this is it, right? No, no, no. Okay. Let me just zoom out real quick. 10, 10. Okay, there we go. Yeah, 10:57. So what happened was the news came out at 11 o'clock. All right. So I was looking at this pair, and it actually happened right in front of me. It was too late for me to actually enter and whatnot, but I was looking at it on the 15. Just give me a second. Okay. and I was also looking at it on the hourly. So one thing I saw was that there was 2 pins to the high, and that pretty much created the high of the week. Um, Not only that, I saw that there was a lot of divergence where the fin came out previously, but then the high of the week is higher than the shark fin that came out within the TDI. So I knew that there was a lot of divergence, and the news was coming out at 11 o'clock. So give me a second. Let me check the chat. Gotta take a call. Yeah, absolutely. All right. All right. So another thing is I saw the high of the week, and one thing I would have done, I would have put a sell, and my take profit would have been at the mayo or the blueberry muffin, which is aligned with the mayo as well too. All right. So the reason why, I wanted to put the hourly and I mean the 4 hours in the daily and the weekly, which I thought I did for the GCAD, but I didn't. Um, it will give you. I believe I did it before. I think. Yeah, I think I did it. I saw one thing I saw was that these 2 pins was hitting the daily, so which gave me more confirmation for a sell. All right. So once it hit the daily, it's just like a supply and demand zone. Once it hit the daily, that gave me more confirmation for it for me to go for a short. All right. And I believe this hit the 4 hours, and because this hit the 4 hours, this was giving me a confirmation for a buy as well. Because of support and resistance. And last but not least, I just wanted to explain the yellow, the green, and the red. So I just want to go on the 15. So one thing I learned is that at the end of Asian session, there's always going to be 3 vectors to the low or 3 vectors to the high. And whenever you see 3 vectors to the low or 3 vectors to the high, always look for a reversal. And if you have the sessions, the Asian, the London, and the New York session on, you're easily able to see, where you are in the market. You're easily able to see, what's going on after the Asian session, where you can see the 3 vectors to the low. All right. It happens on multiple occasions where you see 3 vectors to the low. Well, this was in consolidation mode, but it does happen on multiple occasions. If you go back and check the and check the charts, if you want to go back test, it doesn't happen 100% of the time. Right after the Asian session, but it happens majority of the time. 3 sessions to the low, which gives you a rise. And even though it gives you 3 seconds, 3 vectors to the low, you could actually go for a buy. It may not be a lot to some people, but this is more than enough for 40 pips, for about 40 pips. All right, which is I believe is phenomenal. I wouldn't say that's not the London movement. This is the London movement that happened right before the New York session. Because, like I said, if the London is going for a rise, the New York is going to go for a reversal. So by having the Asian session, the time frame for the Asian session, the London session, and New York session, you're actually able to pinpoint where you are in the market, and it gives you a little bit more stability, and it gives you a little bit more accuracy moving forward. That's about it. That's what I want to say. I just wanted to keep it short and simple. I actually just wanted to share with you guys some of the things I've been playing around with. I hope you guys find this very effective for you guys. If you guys have any questions or concerns, just comment or hit me up on the side. This is it. I'm just gonna read the chat real quick. Thank you for your time, and have a good one, guys. Take care.
David, before you go, David, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How did you determine the session and able to box it out like how you did the color code detection? How did you determine that?
Wait, give me a second. All right. Yeah. Say that again.
How did you determine your session so that you were able to box it out?
What do you mean? How did I place the indicators on?
So is that an indicator that's boxing out your time your session time zone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What indicator is that?
All right. So simply you just click on the indicator on Trading View. All right. And you type in session.
Gotcha.
All right. And what you're gonna see is you're gonna click on the one code for all Forex session with background highlights. All right. So I'm just gonna click it because I totally forgot to explain exactly how you guys are gonna do it. All right. So on the input, you're gonna take out the Aussie because we don't trade in Aussie. All right. The reason why you want to take out the Aussie because it's gonna overlap the New York session and the Asian session, and there's gonna be too much colors, and it's just gonna be a whole lot of distraction. All right. So you want to minimize your distraction as much as you can. So our main focus, the reason why I chose the Asian session as well too, even though we don't need it, is just to simply see where the vectors are, the 3 vectors to the low, 3 vectors to the high. So I'm able to confirm my reversal for the London session. All right. So once you have the New York session open, the Asian session, and the European session, you just simply go to style and you click the whatever color that you want. Usually for Asia, it's yellow. For London, it's a green, and for New York, it's red. All right. So you just go back. You see that the top 3 is New York. So once you go for style, you click the top 3 for red. All right. The next 3 is for Aussie. So you're just gonna take out the next 3 for Aussie. Okay. The following 3 is for Asian session. And we're just gonna put, the following 3, which is gold. Last but not least, the Euro session. And you could change it to red. All right.
Gotcha.
All right. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, it did. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that.
All right, no problem. Well, once again, thank you guys for your time. I just wanted to keep it short. I just wanted to show you guys what I've been working with. I hope you guys find this productive and have a safe, pleasant, and positive weekend, guys. Take care.